Black Myth WuKong's full list of the skill tree. I'm talking about everything from the spells to the stances and so much more. I'm going to be basically detailing each and every one in this video. Most likely, we'll be putting timestamps soon. If you want to make your own timestamps in the comments, feel free. But that's what we're diving into today. So, a lot of details. You can literally just mute it and check them out and see which skill or thing you want to unlock. This is a good way to kind of know what type of build you want to make and what you feel is best. So we're going to break them all the way down in detail for this video. So feel free to join me and have fun along the way as we get excited for this game. We're going to keep on giving you all the previews and information that you'll need to get the best out of the game. All right, here we go. Let's get it started, people. First things first, we're going to talk about the key components, in my opinion, when it comes to this game is your loadout. And I have this playing in slow motion so we can get a better look and go into everything. Okay. You have 7 different place things, 8, 9 different things you can use, which we'll get into the loadout in a minute. But I want to talk about the relics. Relics are very powerful. You can see here, craving eyes. A glance reveals the foe's might. A talent tilts into unfair fight. Identifies the bear spirit. And then each of them will have different things within them, which you're going to see things like critical hit damage increased, being able to have a better cooldown reduction, things like that that are going to be super important. There's more than just one, as you can see, a total of 5. This is going to be pivotal for you and your playstyle. You can see foaming ears. It's going to basically extend your invincibility during your first move, which is awesome, by the way. Uh, Narrows the window of the rock solid deflection, which is super cool. And then it temporarily increases your attack after a perfect dodge. And you guys know I love to perfect dodge. Then you have the nose, as I call it, gains a moderate damage bonus for a short time after casting a spell. And it also gives you focus points and be charged up to 4 within the ring of fire. Okay. So these are important, and there's a lot of them in here. As you can see, it says the tongue is going to give you some extra things as well. So these are just some of the relics that you want to pay attention to and see what you're going to unlock and how you want to play and what you want to do going forward. I want to get into a little bit of the self revive there and hope you understand how that works just a little bit. Self advance is what it's called. And there's plenty of other cool things. We're going to dive deep down like the stances and all the other stuff in a minute, guys. So bear with me as we give you a little quick sneak preview. You see right here, self advance is going to give you abilities, seeking guidance, and then to steer you in the right path. So locking the foundation is going to be critical. I showcased this before about the foundation that we'll get into in a second here. I wanted to kind of highlight that. So now here's a foundation. And in here, you have the 3 different categories. Stamina, it's not that hard to guess what is in there. And then martial arts and survival. I'm going to go through all of the upgrades. Okay. It says each talent level moderately reduces the stamina costs of sprints. Super critical. While you're fighting, you're going to be sprinting. It's just inevitable. You want to run around, heal up, you want to charge up your attack. All of those things are important. And then this one right here reduces the cost of stamina dodging. Then you have evasion, makes each initial dodge more agile and flexible. So you're going to be able to really get away. And then everlasting vigor increases your stamina recovery rate when depleted. So then you have composure, dodging no longer interrupts light attacks. This is applied to perfect dodge. Super cool. Massively reduced stamina cost of jumping. Okay, so for me, this is going to be a quality of life and a must have. Probably not the first thing you want to unlock, but I definitely feel like it's going to help your game big time. And then you have heart, which is going to allow you to increase focus gain. Focus is super important in this game. So just a really nice tool. Then you have shadow, which grants considerable amount of damage reduction for a short duration after a perfect dodge. Like it. So these are, in my opinion, the highest quality of life features, and you might want to do them first. I think that you can literally have an easier time with the game by having stamina. So this one is called Breathe, and it says each skill level considerably increases stamina rate when health is above half. So depending on the scenario, some of this stuff is situational, like low health, medium health, all of that good stuff. So super cool. Then they have Mirage. It says perfect dodges leave an illusion. This one is amazing. Okay, so we definitely want to unlock that. Which explodes instantly, dealing damage to nearby enemies. That is the one. All right, that's my favorite out of all of these. So you want to get that right away. Vengeful Mirage. Right? That's at the bottom. So you're going to have to work your way there. It's not going to take long to unlock some of these. You're going to get enough XP fighting all the 80 plus bosses. So yeah. Now we're moving over to martial arts. These are a little more detailed, but this pretty much buffs for your character. Significantly increase the engaged distance for light attack starter. So, and there's a showcase of them as you can see when you hit them. Effortless finisher grants more focus when the second move of light attack combo hits the enemy. So just giving you a little boost, which I think is good. Then you have soaring strike. After sprinting, light attack started temporary deals more damage. So this is cool. So you get a little buff by sprinting. And then you have punishing downpour. After 6 successive hits with the first 4 moves of light attack finisher deals extra area damage. And we're going to do combat guides, by the way. But right now, this is strictly for the skills. Sturdy grants significant damage reduction during light attack finisher. Straightforward stuff, guys. Hidden strength. When stamina is depleted, a weaker light attack finisher can still be performed. Very good stuff. So far, so good. Martial arts is definitely gonna buff you up. I personally like being more DPS focused. I feel like I have to survive. I have to learn to survive. So I personally buff myself up. Now you have mobile spin. All right. Moving forward while using staff spin initiates mobile spin. The Destined One spins his staff around his body, deflecting projectiles. We've seen this a lot, and this is a fun ability. And then you got Lunch. Initiates heavy attack during mobile spin to quickly engage and stagger the enemy. This is a cool one where if you're deflecting and then you're on someone, you can use it. Silver Lining. Increase the focus gain when blocking projectiles. So these are all connected to your spin staff, as you can see. Significantly reduce the stamina cost of spin staff. And then last but not least, massively increase The focus gain from successful mobile spin. Pretty good stuff. Nothing too crazy there. Again, these are just the small buffs to buff up your character. Very good stuff. We're gonna go into survival. It says the robust ability to get increased maximum health, which is always important in my opinion. Then we have increased max stamina. So this is going to be very quality of life based. I feel like I'm going to do stamina just so I won't have to think about it. I want DPS and stamina to sustain. And here we go. Each talent level increased critical hit chance. That's another one that I want. I've been talking about a critical hit build. It's going to be the first build I make. And then this reduces the duration of the 4 Bane effects. Increases your defense with rough skin. Then there's spiritual awakening, which increases your max mana. Mana is very important to cast all the spells. You're gonna need some of that. So interesting. We'll see how that goes. You can see you don't have to spec into other things, by the way. You can spec into what you want. But then you have increased critical hit. These are all basic, nothing too crazy. And then this also makes your resistance to 4 Bane, which is nice. Increase your attack. Again, these are very straightforward stuff, but super essential. And so far, I just want to say thank you to everybody watching. I hope you guys are enjoying. We're going to keep diving down a rabbit hole. This is a long video, so if you've been here this whole time, I appreciate it. Let's get into the staff stances. There's a lot of stuff in here. I'm probably not going to say much more. I'm just going to let you guys check it out. A little bit in slow motion. And yeah, just want to talk about a couple things with this. One thing I've noticed, and what a lot of people have been slowly discovering, is you don't want to waste all your points spreading them. You want to max out one of the stances to be very powerful with it, and then have, if you have leftovers, use it on those things. And I agree because you'll be able to respec. So if, let's just say, one boss might need me to use pillar, and I'll go and just respec that and put it on, be able to do some more damage that way. So I'm interested to see how that will play out with the bosses as we go forward in the long run, when you get deep into the game. And I want to know how much can I unlock in one full playthrough. Those are the questions I have, concerns, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm super interested to see how that plays out. But who knows? So far, these skills really are detailed, and you have unique play styles with the stances, and not each stance is going to work well against certain enemies. One thing I like, the pillar, is you're able to get up into the sky, basically dodging enemies' attacks, which is a fun way to play. Kind of very interesting to see how that's going to work out. I think we're going to see a lot of cool speed running, no hit players do some really exciting stuff with this game. Um, you know, who knows, but it should be pretty awesome to see how that goes. But yeah, super exciting stuff. Now, I want to take a moment to talk about the overall game when it comes to earning these. I probably didn't touch on it in this video. You just need to take enemies out, and you're going to earn that XP. You can use it in here. So, upgrading it, getting Spark to level up and unlock. Now, we're going to get into the things that I've talked about when it comes to the spells, we went through a big spells video breaking down some of the spells and things like that. Understand each of them have their own skill trees. And so these are three different kinds that you're looking at right now. Immobilize basically freezes an enemy. And this is one of the ones you've seen in every single trailer. They pretty much showcased it and all the gameplay that we've gotten to see throughout the years. So it's important to know that each of them have buffs. So you want to be able to put on the specific one you buffed up that you really like and that you really want to consistently use. Now, Ring of Fire, if you guys don't know, you do a literal Ring of Fire. It's pretty, it's not rocket science. You can see it there. And in there, you get buffs for different things. We saw some of the buffs in the other skill tree. And to upgrade this could be interesting because you're going to get more different effects. And so I'm just curious the type of combinations we're going to be able to make. Again, to explore this, I have to actually play through the game a few times and get into what's possible. But yeah, it's super interesting and I love it. Can't wait to see how that works. And spell binder and just more buffs for yourselves, or maybe even just taking away things, depleting stuff. Okay, now the number one spell, in my opinion, is Cloud Step. I'm gonna buff that up right away to the maximum because Cloud Step it's basically your dodge mechanic to really fool the enemy and trick them, and it could be very interesting once you buff this up fully. I do think that this should be an automatic maxed out spell that you can use or ability, you want to call it that. I think it's important because you don't really have a lot of blocking. There's three different ways to block, but this is going to be the most reliable, in my opinion. And talking about blocking, the rock solid is a way to block basically, and you can stagger the enemy with it, basically turning yourself to stone, and then you can stagger them and do some damage. And I like it. I'm interested to see what's more effective and how do we go about it. But yeah, that's just some. If you're watching this, I hope you're enjoying the first look before the game actually releases. Is when I made this. So yes, super exciting to go into it. I will be live streaming this, so come over to that. All right, let's talk about the Strain, Metal Gear Solid creators Hideo Kojima, Death Stranding. We got Strand in here, and we're gonna look at all the buffs for that. It's my favorite. You're able to clone yourself. I honestly was saying that our character, the main playable character, is a clone of the original Sun Wukong. If you guys don't know, the Monkey King, the storyline of Journey to the West features a Monkey King, and that is who we're playing. A clone of him, I was saying. But a clone making clones, that'll be interesting. We'll see what the storyline goes, but super interesting. Now, transformations is a different topic where I got to go through all of them for you. But the point is, you're going to be able to buff up, unlock everything when you fight all the bosses, and get very cool transformations that are extremely interesting. I personally like a lot of them, so it's going to be very difficult to kind of like stick with one. I'll see. I'll probably switch out every couple fights since there's a lot of bosses. I probably will switch out every 2 or 3 fights once I get used to one and okay, I like this and test them out thoroughly. So it'll be a good time. I mean, feel free to leave in the comments which one you're feeling the most and you're interested in and what you want to see going forward when it comes to the transformations. I'll have my guide, like I said, an advanced combat guide once I get more time with the game and I'm able to dive deeper, get you guys a full rundown. But I wanted you guys to see this. I wanted you to read it. I wanted you to pause and look through each and every one of these spells, and transformations, and all of the skill tree, basically. Nice little showcase. My YouTube has been partnered. I do have emotes. I have badges. We got our membership. We're gonna do community events, more giveaways, so much more for the channel, and I want you guys to join and be a part of it, so I can thank you for that. Basically, grateful, big time. I want to showcase the staffs very quickly. This is probably the craziest thing about this. So there's gear sets you can put on 3, 5 pieces, to buff up and get unlock special abilities. So you want to look carefully at the staff, find the other pieces, then upgrade it to the max potential so that you're able to get the best out of that weapon. And it feels like there's going to be weapons made for specific bosses. Like, okay, this is going to hurt the boss with the poison. This one right here does more stagger, or maybe I need fire. Different elements that can change the game, in my opinion, uh, and help you get through all of the bosses and the challenges that the game offers. That's the thing I'm most excited about. Just getting in here and failing a little bit to change the build and put on the right items to help us improve, basically. Looking good. Looking good. But as you can see, there's a lot of different things to upgrade and unlock and items to put on to buff yourself in the right way. So take the time to explore. There's a lot of different areas. Somebody was trying to say this is a boss rush, and they're completely wrong. I mean, like, I don't understand journalists no more. I really don't. I don't know. The bad representation of us real gamers. This game is artwork, is beautiful. It's feels like it's well done. So many different things. But yeah, that's just my opinion. And I'm excited to share that experience, the full experience, not just these quick previews and sneak peeks and things like that. Hopefully, you guys can enjoy, have fun as much as I will. But yeah, as you can see, there's plenty of gear and different items to put on. These are spirits, basically transformations. A little bit of a spoiler. Probably should have said that when I started the video, but I think you guys should all know it's filled with spoilers because I was revealing everything. So this is the rundown for you to get your game going, more or less. There's plenty of more things to discover and talk about, but I've given you literally everything I possibly can in the game so that you can have a good time, so that you won't have to guess. If you really are excited and you need to look up what and where everything is, feel free to check it out and see for yourself. So enjoy. We'll be back with some breakdowns. I'm gonna probably do a combat guide on launch day, or maybe the next day after. I'll give you guys a day to kind of get beat up. Then you can Google my combat guide. I'm gonna do a real heavy duty combat guide. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. I hope it was helpful. See you guys on the next one.